Right. Very good morning to you all. I hope the day finds you well, trading well. Hope you got enough sleep, especially if you have kids. It can be a struggle. So, I'm going to show something here real quick. Well, first, let me just tell you bottom left on your screen is my HUD, heads up display. Um, to the right of that, here is sort of a, I'll call it like a book map style heat map chart. The bid ask volume ratio indicator down here, volume profile for the visible bars, so you're seeing only recent volume, and then you have delta. Good morning, Andre. You have delta here in the background, and that is kind of the same, same situation. It's delta for visible bars, right? So if you just did this, it changes, right? You see that? All of this will change based on what it's showing. So anyway, this is all just visible bars based. Oops, sorry, wrong screen here. I was looking at the NQ one. Anyway, so this is all just visible bars up here. Keep in mind, just bear in mind with me today, I got very little sleep last night. Haven't made any trades today. I'm up late. Well, I was up early, but helping the wife who was dealing with a 4-month-old that was just struggling. I don't know if she's got allergies or whatever. Not feeling well. So anyway, I haven't made any trades today. Yeah, I'm not sure I can even trade today with how tired I feel. This is a danger zone for me. So I'll just get on the live stream, talk about trading a little bit, connect with the markets. Haven't done any analysis of markets. So everything you get from me today will be me looking at the market essentially for the first time today, because family life happens. Anyway, so up here we have like a book map style chart. We've got our footprint over up here, and then over here we've got our market profile or TPO chart, and then we do have the right time and sales over here. Happy about that. Apparently yesterday I had the wrong time and sales up, so I apologize for that. And the trade your plan is the Twitter handle. That's the color of the E-mini. Okay, so if I switch this over to say NQ, haha, you guys will quickly know it's NQ. Why? Because everything's blue. Right? So anyway, took me a little time last night while the family slept. Golly, the baby's crying again. Mama's making the 4-year-old and herself breakfast. I want to swoop in there and help her again, but this is my time. I gotta spend a little bit of time each day in the market, at least. Yeah, it always ends up being a lot of time, but So, anywho, this is my first go round here with the markets. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning, Jonathan. Graveyard shift. Oh, okay. Cool. Hey, if you're tuning in, please like the video. If you're first time here, subscribe if you want to get notifications when I go live. I don't do it every day. It's kind of solely dependent on my motivation for the day, how I'm feeling. Like Tuesday. Oh, what was it? Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. I traded all day because it was just a sweet market for me to trade. So I never got on the stream. I just traded full-size NASDAQ and E-mini contracts and totally focused on my trading. But was it Wednesday? Yesterday? Is that right? Yeah. No, today's Friday. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm all messed up this week. So anyway, that happens. But I have no schedule for getting online. A lot of it just is on my own whim, right? How do I feel that day? Do I feel like talking? Do I not feel like talking? Etc. So if you want to get notified when I go live, just subscribe and turn on that notification bell thingy, and then get on and we can talk about markets. So anyway, I'm about to get my treadmill fired up here. I have my Americano, which is just espresso and water. That's all it is. That's number 2. The other one I was a cappuccino this morning, you know, little froth milk. My baby is just crying. I know mama's struggling. At some point, I'm going to cut out probably early and just hold her, let my wife sleep a little more. She could just see she's just wrecked. One of the benefits of working from home, but also one of the detriments, because, you know, if you were going to an office, you would not be interrupted with this kind of thing. So you just got to take the good with the bad when it comes to working from home. Okay, so someone emailed me this morning and was like, hey, there's a little discrepancy that I saw in your data feed. And I was trading MES yesterday, or I think it was MES or MNQ. I think it was MES. And they were pointing out, hey, like, why does the data look different? So one of the things that I do in Sierra Chart, and I'm just going to show you guys, is that Sierra Chart and a lot of other programs give you this ability. But it allows you, for example, here, and let me adjust this real quick. It allows you to have the data or the chart for the ES showing up here and then actually execute on the MES. You're like, well, that's weird. So essentially what happens is I can change that on my DOM, my depth of market, and I can also change it on my charts. And so in Sierra Chart, there's this chart setting, and I'm only showing this not for that person's sake. They figured out themselves what I had been doing, and the baby just continues to cry. Oh boy. They had figured it out for themselves, but I'm just showing you guys so that you know where it is and what it is that I'm doing. So you see this symbol? It's the ES, EPM. This is CQG symbology, right? So if I go in here and I type in f.us.mes, M22, right? Contract month and year at the end. This is use as trade only symbol. It's still set to no. You've got to click that and turn the value to yes and then hit apply. Now look what happens up here at the top left to this chart. Hit apply all. Hit OK. It loads the data. Now it shows EP and then slash f.us MESM22. The data I'm seeing is EP, but it's telling me by the slash that I'm executing on MES. So right now I'm going to go on my DOM. I'm going to go in and enter a position on the E-mini. Okay. You don't see it on the chart, even though I have, let's see. Oh, I don't have orders turned on to be visible. Okay. You don't see it on the chart, right? You don't. You don't actually see the order because my order on the DOM is on the ES. So let's just go in, go to trade. You guys don't see it. Show market data columns. All right, I'm going to enter an order here at, I don't know, 4102.50, right? We'll enter an order for, I don't know, 4 contracts so you guys can see, right? It's at 0250, right? Now you should see this value change, but you won't see the order. Why? Because it's only showing orders on MES. So 250 here. All right, watch us show an order at 0250. Bing. You see that change? Right? 0250. Now, so it's 66 now. We'll cancel it. Now it went to 62. Then to 61. Right? So 4 contracts added right there. That's executing on the DOM of the ES. So what I have to do, right, to actually execute on MES and have it show up is I need to go into the DOM. It's a little Sierra chart education here. I have to go into the DOM, go into the chart settings, right? So same exact thing here, right? This is now my DOM. I go up here, I type in f.umi.mes m22, uses trade only symbol, yes. Apply, the DOM quickly reloads, and now my DOM and my chart are now matching. So if I go in here, bing, you guys now see the order because it's an MES for quantity 4. See that? Anyway, is what it is. Just want to clarify that to some of you that are maybe new to Sierra chart or don't know the settings, and you're like, what's going on here? Why doesn't my micro data match his micro data? Well, I'm displaying ES data because I don't care about how the micros trade in volume. I just don't. I know there are some people that would argue that there's some edge in the micros, and there may be, right? Because maybe the micros, there's discrepancies or little differences in the volumes that maybe you use some kind of game theory like, oh, all the small traders are trading micros, and there's divergence at lows and highs with the micros and the E-mini. Something like that, where Retailville all buys highs or sells lows in some manner, and it diverges from the E-mini, and so you get your signal that way. Okay, great. I don't do that. That's a little too much for me. I just track the 10 times bigger E-mini that does, I think it does even more volume than the micros. I don't even pay attention. Maybe I should. Maybe one of you will say, hey, you should pay attention to that, and here's the reason. Okay, cool. Maybe I will look at it. But golly, one more thing to look at when you're already getting it right? Oh, geez. So, let's see. Oh, thank you, Andre. Thank you for that. Yeah, I improved it a little bit on the graphics, but you know, I've long said the market depth historical graph on Sierra chart is not so great. I spent some time in it last night. I was like, all right, let me read a little bit more. I'm a dum-dum, but let me read a little more, see if I can figure it out. So now I figured it out a little bit more, and I've got it set the way it should be set. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just lazy. But not very often. I usually get, and I get 2 things and then I finish them. So, let's see. I'm on the same boat, Mike, says Virtunis. I'm working from home and trading at the same time, but I have a 5-month-old child. Yeah, Virtunis, you understand. My little one, Sophia, I have a 4.5-year-old boy who's just full-on gung-ho, full throttle all the time. Very athletic, has lots of energy, just jumps off everything. And then I've got a 4.5-month-old Sophia, little girl. And she's a doll, but, kids, they are, you don't, there's no timeout button, right? There's no stop button. I'm tired, therefore I need a break. Nope. This is the persistencies of parenthood is what's tiring. Is because you could try to plan for whatever. Like we went to a wedding. That was my vacation this last weekend. Went to a wedding, and you think you have everything all timed out for the baby's nap. Everyone's feeling good. Like the kid was sick. I felt bad for him, but I was carrying him around at times. Give him my jacket, snuggled up to Dad. He had taken some Motrin, so he was okay. But it's the coast, so it's 60 something degrees, a little bit cooler. And then the baby had her nap, but then everybody shows up late to wedding pictures, and wait for them is not a big deal. 25, 30, 35 minutes, whatever. She's now in her next nap cycle, and here we are trying to console her, make sure she's yawning, she's tired. She doesn't like the sun on her face. Ay, 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 little vampire baby. It's just the whole thing, dude. People don't realize. Little market sweep up there above the highs. You see that? Bing, bing, bing. You see the big orders print as the bidders came in. They just said, "I'll take all of that." You saw it on the tape as well, right? Did you guys see it on the tape? There. It was quick. There it is, right there. There's the sweep. Then you see all the bubbles here in real time. Foop. So here I am talking and I'm noticing it. It's I try to set up my tape and everything to where really easy for me to see it. Hey, now we have 30 lots. 310 lots pop up there at the bid. They smack it down. Did they go fill them? Yes, they did. See that? 38 right there. 1150. Let's see if that 1150 player wants to get paid. Bing. Above the highs, they're probably going to take profit. There's 20 and 10. That's what, 30? It was 10, 10, and 10. All right, little things like that with MBO. Kind of cool. MBO is sweet. So columns from left to right. This column here is buy. This is the bid column, right? Price, sell column. This next column is MBO, market by order. And I have it filtered for showing single orders 10 or greater. That's it. That's all it is. So we can move this over, not make it so wide, right? Because otherwise, we make it this big. You can filter in Sierra chart all the way down to like 2 or 3, I want to say. Something like that to show orders. But if you do that, you're just going to see a buttload of orders in here all stacked up. And they may not really be moving the market or affecting it that much. Again, like here, there's 112 up here at 17. Yet there's only a 25 lot, right? Here's a 30 lot or another 20 lot pop up. So we know that there's lots of small lot liquidity there. Why? Because there's 132 contracts up here, 133 contracts, but only a 25 and a 20 lot. So the market makers, when liquidity gets thin, they like putting 11 lots up in the direction the market's going. Huh, what? Oh, thank you, Advenus. I really appreciate it, my friend. And so those 11 lots, when you have MBO up, what you'll see is that oftentimes the market moves in the direction of the market making liquidity. And how do they know that the market's gonna move that way? You'll see it often. So does that give you some really simple, stupid keep it simple, stupid edge? Yeah, it kind of does. And once you figure out stuff like that, I mean, you can't use that 11 lot thing every day because they don't do it every day. But when you do see it, you'll be like, whoa, I remember TYP said that on YouTube. Hey, there's the 10, 10, and 10 popping up again. See that? See how it's 10, 10, 10? That's 30 lots. Now they're bidding slightly higher. Instead of at 1175, they're now bidding 12s. Is it rotating value up? Potentially? Maybe. Mike Purdue, this platform is Sierra Chart. And it is extraordinarily powerful. I'm only showing you a fraction of what I have up here. But for example, you have platforms dedicated to market profile, which is like the TPO chart, which is what you see up here, right? And as you can see, I can do some crazy cool things. I could break out all the sessions into yesterday's session, right? I can split things apart. I can reset all my TPOs in the chart like this, right? I can turn off regular trading hours and extended trading hours with the click of a button. Have all these poor highs, poor lows all defined in here, balance area, extensions, blah, blah, blah. I can separate all these various time frames. Anyway, lots, very, very, very feature rich. If you can imagine it, you can do it in Sierra Chart. But the learning curve can be quite steep for someone coming from a platform that doesn't give you as many options. But I personally, I don't think I'll ever go back to a platform that doesn't allow me to customize to the degree that Sierra Chart allows. I just don't know that I can ever go back to something like, I don't know, even interactive brokers for futures or trader workstation or TradeStation. I've tried all these, or Thinkorswim, or they're all dinosaurs now. I mean, the interface with Sierra Chart out of box is not so pretty, right? But you can customize it all. And by customize, I mean you can make changes to it without knowing any coding, which I do not. I am not a coder. So everything you see here is using standard studies, which is what they call like indicators, right? So in combinations of indicators, stuff like that. So anyway, if you're like, you want to give it a shot, in the description of this video, I do have it's a referral link. Doesn't save you any money because Sierra Chart doesn't really do that. But if you sign up using my referral link, it lets Sierra Chart know that you came in through me, and it does allow them to give me some small benefit towards my usage time on the platform. I pay for it 6 months ahead of time, but for example, if you pay for say 6 months, I get like 10% of that usage time that you pay them. It's free. It gets added to my usage time. So if a few people sign up, it's some tiny, tiny benefit. I spend hundreds of hours putting together all these videos on my YouTube channel to walk people through how to set up all the charts that you see up here. So all these charts for free, I've spent essentially hundreds of hours compiling YouTube videos to show people this is how you can build an order flow chart. This is how to use it, right? And then I live stream often enough and talk about how to use all of this stuff. And so you can go back and watch live streams. And my live streams aren't just me sitting there trading. I'm talking about markets the whole time. So anyway, man. Oh, Mike says, I have SC2. Nice setup. Thank you, sir. Jonathan says, there's auto sizing of the MBO column. I know. And it doesn't work so well. Because I want to auto size not what's included in the depth all the way down to whatever I'm loading. I want to auto size only that which is visible, which then requires that I change the amount of visible depth, which then affects other things like depth bars. So, right, there's a little benefit, and then there's an offset to setting. There's a little detriment to setting that if it affects other things that you've got set the way you want them. So that's why I don't use it, right? I just slide it around as I see fit. Because there's liquidity right now on the E-mini down at 4,100. I don't really care about seeing all that liquidity down there. But if I auto size it, it's going to be the width to include all of that. Well, 4,100 is too far down for me right now, right? The height of this from here to here is, right, it's all this. So I don't really care. About 3 wide is enough for me. Anyway. Oh, let's go to the comments here. Hey, if you guys are on the feed and like it, please hit that like button. I appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Super Walnut says, do you do your main trading in the AM, then do micros in the PM? Um, I'm Super Walnuts. It's basically, if it's super low volume in Globex, I'll stay out most of the time. If the volume is higher, I'll just trade minis, like one mini, because it's a lot more effective to trade one mini than say 10 micros, like from a commissions perspective. Um, but I mainly don't trade Globex. I'm not that interested in trading Globex most of the time. Uh, just because, for one contract, because of the lower volume that Globex trades, you're a higher percentage of the liquidity there, and so sometimes it's not really worth it. So to answer your question, I don't really have any rules. Um, what I do on this channel typically is I'll trade minis, like the full size NQ and ES, uh, and focus on trading those at the size that I trade off stream. I don't ever I do once in a great while I'll trade them. But mainly I come on the live stream because I think that there's not a lot of opportunity left for me in the market, and I've done my best trading and I focused. It's a quiet environment, and I'm super focused. I'm not talking to people. I'm super focused on executing accurately according to my plan, and I try to finish up. And then I do like to stay connected to the markets. And so I get on the live stream, I turn on the micros, and I'll dabble essentially and talk about markets and get distracted, sit on my hands a whole lot, talk with you guys about various trading related things, sometimes things that aren't trading related, and essentially keep myself out of trouble because you're all my accountability partners for trading stupidly once the market is a little choppier. So then I get on the live stream, and that's what you see. So you don't see me trading full size E minis in the morning or anything like that. And I have no rules. If all of a sudden this market broke right now in a direction that I felt like I need to be taking as much opportunity as I could, I'd cut the live stream and I'd just start focusing on trading. I wouldn't be worried about satisfying any YouTube audience or anything like that. So that's my paying myself every day through my trading comes first for me. Uh, Maybe if I had 250,000 YouTube followers, right, and the requirement for chatting was that you had to donate $5, and I got 1,000 people donating every single day, I'd feel differently. I'd be like, man, I'm gonna get on and just start trading every day live and show people everything, all my whatever size, full size contracts, getting in, getting out with a little delay on the feed. But that is not the case, and it's I don't think ever going to be the case because I'm a little too I don't know. I can rub people the wrong way. I'm not totally politically correct all the time. I'm not trying to be everybody's friend, right? So, I'm not trying to be a complete jerk, but I don't know. My filter is not very fine all the time, right? So I recognize that. It's not really I'm not really your guy in terms of um, you know being all PC all the time and vanilla. I'm not very vanilla. Yeah, Kermit, I agree. Zero chart is a lot like Linux. Monkey, cool, buddy. Welcome. I appreciate that. I I hope that they continue to be. We'll see. Sierra Chart recently changed their. Well, it's essentially I'm right clicking on the chart settings, and you can find that up there in chart, in the main menu at the top, the title bar, or the menu bar at the top. Chart settings. They recently changed this, so a lot of my videos, and so what they did was they segmented all the various functions into different tabs. I think it's wonderful because they were using sort of the Windows operating system, Windows, which there's a lot of benefit to Sierra Chart creating their own dialog windows. You can perform various functions within the program and not be locked out of opening other windows and settings windows. So you can do all these things simultaneously. And the windows, from a performance perspective, work better. But for those of us who've been using Sierra Chart for a long time, trying to navigate this when you get good at navigating the chart settings through the old format is, it's just a little challenging in that you have instincts to open up chart settings and boom, instantly go to advanced settings 2 tab was what it used to be called, or the main tab, and then everything was there, and just a different format. So this is all changed, and so that this is kind of outdating a lot of those videos. And again, I'm not trying to spend all my spare time doing Sierra Chart videos. There's really not a whole lot of compensation for that. I've done it mainly for the community. I used to run for a short while, maybe over a year, a Discord. I wouldn't say it was Sierra Chart focused, it's trader focused, futures traders focused, but we had options traders, stock traders, and stuff. I no longer have a Discord. But, the Discord was pretty hot and poppin' and organized and had a lot of activity. So I used to run that. So all of this was kind of meant to bring together traders, create community, blah, blah, blah. But it got to be a little too much for me. And so I am at a place where I'm just focusing on posting to Twitter sometimes. Get out of here. And, live streaming and whatnot on YouTube. And just keeping it simple, right? Less administration, right? Just less one-on-one with traders, all that stuff. Just focusing on kind of coming in, enjoying myself on YouTube, discussing markets, and then when I kind of lose the the motivation, then I'll do something else. But of course, all of this will still be up on YouTube, so people can learn, right? Again, a lot of my live streams, I do kind of talk about markets and talk about whole strategies, but they're not labeled such. It's labeled a live stream, and here I am talking about risk management for 20 minutes, right? How to enter and exit positions. Whole videos should be pulled out and then labeled and put on my channel. I don't have the time to do all that editing, so it doesn't happen. But, if you want to learn a lot more about trading, a lot of those live streams, they have a lot of edge, right? So I'd go back and watch a lot of those. And if it's too slow, watch it on 2x speed or 1.5x speed, right? So if it's 3 hours, it'll be an hour and a half or 2 hours, whatever it is, right? Um, I think it's worth it because I know that what I've talked about in a lot of these videos are things that not everybody's talking about. Looking at this market, we're coming into a resistive zone here. Here, I'll call the markets for you guys since I'm not really trading. Right here. You see that node? There's a node down here of volume that was above the prior 10 SMA, and then we broke down and held below it. We're right into that zone right here, right now. You're like, what? What is this? What are you talking about? The market's going up. Well, I'm talking about a counter trend scalp. That's all. Node here is going to potentially hold from earlier in the session. Trap traders who bought this pullback on the 10 SMA. So as we come up into this zone here, you might be able to do something like this. Stop up here, entry, well, where we're at now, take profit into this zone. Something like that. Let's see if it plays out. You're like, Mike, you say all the time, it either works or it doesn't. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see if it works. This volume node here is not humongous relative to everything that's gone on down here. I would have liked on this to see this node being bigger relative to every node down here. FYI. Just an FYI. That's a real thing when you're talking about rotations. YouTube TV. YouTube trying to advertise here. All right, so if you took profit here, right where it slowed down, and you took profit into this, your risk reward is 0.35 Rs. In other words, your stop is 300% further away from the price action. Not a recipe for success if you had your stop way up there. Okay, so just an FYI. Now, at 0.8 Rs, these kind of setups occur with about a 75% probability of success. And that's a little lower. Go put 0.8 Rs into a Monte Carlo simulation. If you're like, what? A what simulation? Monte Carlo, like the casino, right? Monte Carlo simulation. You're like, I don't know what that is. I don't know how it applies. I did a video on this. So if you go to Google and type in trade your plan Monte Carlo simulation, it'll pop up with my YouTube video, and I discuss how to use the Monte Carlo simulation to improve your trading, to help you define and understand your risk parameters and how you can create a strategy that is successful long term. See, what do you know? Are we close to 0.8? No, not yet. Are we going to get the 0.8 here? 0.78. More hesitation. It's the tops of the prior candles here. Now where stops? Underneath. Boom, right into the profit taking potentially. Let's see. Does your trading have real-time predictive power, or are you a hindsight expert? If your local Furu is a hindsight expert, ditch him. I'm not suggesting you replace him with me, because I offer you nothing. I don't charge for anything. I just come on YouTube and drop knowledge bombs. If you guys like knowledge bombs, like the video. It helps. It helps. So if you're here and you're like, wow, he just made me some money. Well, just like the video. That's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Anyway, you got your point 8. Did you get your original 1R trade? Yes or no? Let's see. 1R right there. See that? So with a little bit of patience, you got it. You're like, Mike, why didn't you take that trade? I'm not trading right now. I'm not. If you guys want, oh, Andre, you're my #1 fan. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. If you guys want me to take trades right now, like to show execution, I'm not going to do it live. I'm going to switch to a sim because I am that tired. I am that tired right now. I'm exhausted mentally. And emotionally, I'm just spent right now. So I'm coming on mainly because Dirk DM'd me on Twitter and said, hey, I really appreciate your live streams, blah, blah. Dirk's a friend. And so I said, you know what? I'll come on because Dirk DM'd me. And because I do like talking to you guys. People like Andre, I appreciate the heck out of. So here I am. But I am tired. So if you guys want me to actually show executions, I'm going to switch to a sim. I'm not even going to do it on MES. I'm in one of those places today where I don't need to make a single trade. You know, my trading is such that I don't need to trade every week. I can take days off because I have a decent sized war chest to play with on all my accounts, and I've been doing this for a long time. So just an FYI. Dirk MVP. Dirk is the man. I appreciate it. Appreciate the likes on the channel. It does help. Dirk, yeah, the Discord. I mean, the Discord was amazing, right? You helped with that tremendously with all of your educational links that you posted in our educational channels and stuff. Dirk was a moderator there. But golly, dude, it's a lot, especially when people are posting. You know, we were pretty strict, like stringent, about what you can post. Like it needs to be value add. Like don't come into the trading channels and just show P&L and brag. That was off limits, taboo. If you're going to be in there talking about trading, you need to provide your ration. Doesn't exist anymore, guys. You need to be in there. If you're going to be in there, you need to provide your rationale for the trade. And don't show your P&L because then it turns into a brag fest thing, right? So, but moderating that because people didn't always read the rules, it got to be a lot. And if you don't moderate it, it turns into a type of environment that a lot of professional traders don't want to be a part of. Mike Purdue, thank you very much. You are the man. Yeah, Mike, it really is. And it's just moderating the constant flow of information for the integrity of the environment, right? It's much easier for me to moderate one chat while I trade, while I talk about markets. Super, super easy. But when you have, like us, we had channels for every popular trading software, and people posted in there. Sierra Chart, Motive Wave, Ninja Trader, Thinkorswim, Interactive Brokers. We had channels for a lot of these things. And then we had like NQ, ES, stocks. We had signal channels. We had private channels. We had mod channels. We had educational, psychology channels, journaling channels where people would share. That's right, Mike. Yep, that's right. And where people would share like their actual trades. And like there were rules to that. If you're going to share your trade, don't just say I got in here and exited here, right? That's a brag. So, oh, we're coming into liquidity here. That's a 60, the 10 lot filled there. We have a 60 lot front of book, and then a 25 behind it. That's first in, first out on the queue right here. Boom, they smacked it right through, no problems. Hey, so here, I'm gonna switch this over to a sim. Hold on. That way I can show you guys order types, and I can turn everything on, and not worry about. So I'll show you guys more today. Let's see. Trade your plan. Do you want to be in simulation mode? Sure. Let's do it. Okay, now we're in sim mode here. Let's see. Turn on something. What was I talking about just now? Kind of Discord, right? Oh, so, and then I'll get back to this. So, with Discord, we had like a journal channel where you would journal, but the requirements were, what's your rationale for the trade? What's your entry? Most importantly, where's your stop loss? Defined. What's your take profit? What's your rationale for exiting the trade? So in other words, don't just post a brag in there. Give people who read it after the fact some idea for why you put your stop where you did and why you took profit. And then we can obviously go in and look and see, oh, your risk reward profile for this trade is quite good. And we can now learn a little bit, all of us can learn a little bit more about how to maybe apply that in our own trading. But again, that's like 3 or 4 things that are like a requirement to that channel. So you got to read the channel description, right? So there was pinned tweets in every channel like, hey, here's the requirements for posting in journal. But moderating that, enforcing it, traders would come along who were trying to get, quote unquote, famous, or trying to get people on their blogs, and then they'd post only their good trades. Maybe it was real, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was hindsight stuff, and then they'd include in everything their blog, they'd include their Twitter, they'd try to include their YouTube handles. And you're like, I don't want this to be about vendors. I want this to be about traders sharing all their crap, right? Okay, I put in all the work to create all of this, so yeah, I get to share my YouTube videos here. It's only fair, right? It's not a democracy. But I was trying to create a place where people could just share and have, basic requirements in place, basic standards that caused everybody to feel like I could learn here and it's going to be moderated. And so people actually felt that. And they would, because of that, they would post. But then I had moderators that I was like, guys, I need help. They didn't really take it seriously until it was too late. And there were some new people in. I kind of changed the structure at the end. Voslu and even Maisie, and so I'll give them shout outs. They did a good job. Max. These people like jumped on it and just started moderating the crap out of everything. But at this point, I was so tired and I was spending so much time, 3-4 hours a day in, screen sharing and stuff. And I'm like, my health was not as good. It's my fault, as it should have been. I wasn't getting enough sleep. I just wasn't balancing trading, educating, growing other traders, trying to share everything I knew with people. Just wasn't balancing it well, so I had to step away. So you guys are you're very lucky that I'm out here on YouTube willing to talk to you guys, because I know I have edge. And if you guys have watched me trade, you know I have edge. And I know how to share that edge with other people. So these YouTube live streams become repositories of information. I'm not just, shooting the ish. Ish is the word I use to instead of SHIT. So I'm not just shooting the ish with you guys about completely random stuff, although I am a little bit right now. Um, and I was earlier talking about my kid and all that. But there is a lot, if you go back in a lot of these live streams, I'm talking about very specific strategies, very specific ways to even use Elliott wave counts, to use footprints, to use market structure, to use TPO, for very specific contextual setups. And if you guys know anything about me, one of the things that I preach repeatedly is that when you take a setup, you need to define all of the idiosyncrasies and context around what's happening in the market to form a high probability setup. For a lot of people, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear, my modified MACD or my LBR 310, right, Linda B. Raschke 310 oscillator, flipped green, and my RSI panned out, and my moving average, which is, just modified MACD, my moving average flipped up, and we're near VWAP. That's enough. I just want to go long. That's it. It's going to give you some success, but it's not going to give you the degree of success that you'll find from somebody who understands how to read market context. Order flow, right? Which is just reading volume over price and the interplay between the order book and who actually is willing to transact and how they react to each other in real time, right? So order flow, and then the structure of the market, right? Where are there traders that have transacted prior to the current action? Where are there traders trapped, possibly? And the most important, why? Why are they potentially trapped right there? Because, I preach this all the time. My most successful trading is trading against trapped traders. And you're like, how the hell do you know that they're trapped? You know or have an idea because of the volume and where the volume transacted relative to what was happening before that volume. So for example, let's squish this whole chart up so that we can get a good view of it. All right. Right here we have a pullback. Right? Here, let's do this. We have this pullback. Then we have this, we'll call it a dildo bar. Bullish engulfing for you price action folk. We hold in the upper, 30 percentile of the bar, and then we make a new impulse up. And then we hold the volume node of these prior two bars right here, and then we impulse up again. But when we impulse up this time, we come into opening VWAP 30 seconds on the E-mini here, which is this teal line. And we come up, and we have some people absorbing. This is from the open. You got to remember, this is highest volume or volume weighted average price from the first 30 seconds of regular trading hours. So I'm dropping knowledge like it's hot here, guys. This is what I'm doing. Okay. There we absorb. Someone says, "You know what? I'm going to absorb here and I'm going to sell it in volume." It could be the trap traders from the open. And if you look at the price action relative to the open, it would make sense why they would do this. It gets above and you have all these pockets of volume absorption. Okay? Now, at this point, what do we know about people? Market's now making higher highs, higher lows, right? Higher highs, potentially, what? Anywhere in here, higher lows. Now notice, once we flipped for the morning, we're now above the 10 SMA, 10 period moving average for this 5-minute chart, and we're bouncing off the 10 SMA. This is common in strong trends. So any traders that trade the E-mini every day and are smart enough to use the 10 SMA are trying to buy here on this pullback. But we have 1, 2, 3 impulses here. That's Elliott wave. Really, these are 1, 3, 5 waves, but we're going to say 3 impulses, a 1, 3, 5 wave. The pullback is wave 2 and 4. All right, those are pullback. Anyway, higher lows against the 20 or the 10 SMA. Look at the volume. They bought it in volume here. Look at that. Right above the 10 SMA. Then it failed. They stopped out. They said, oh crap. And it takes out the consolidation here. So, were there longs that bought here for more continuation? You should absolutely say yes. Why? Because the market is rotating to the upside with basic trend structure in play. And when it got to here, the assumption is it's going to keep going up. But it didn't. It went through. So, the market does its thing and keeps moving down. Now, all of this was just explained so that you can have backstory for why I suggested a short here. You see, I just in real time said, oh, volume node, maybe it pulls back. You know what my brain was doing? You know what I was consciously, very quickly calculating is all this. This story. So that I can go, right above the 10 SMA, trap traders. Because that's what traders would have been thinking about when they bought here. So who's buying here? Longs are buying here, expecting continuation to the upside. Fast forward to where we are now. It's why we could put a trade on here for a short playing against trap traders. The subsequent structure after we broke down is that we're now, short term at least, trend down. Oops, that's really sloppy. Right here. Bump, bump, lower low relative to this, lower low, and then the high doesn't take out this high, right? Lower highs, and then you have your classic for the E-mini, fake. Just breaks it by a few points or ticks, maybe a point or two, and then reverses, right? So if you draw, say, a trend line through here, you can see it's already starting to hug the trend line. So you get your classic fake out where we have momentum loss down in here. T+2 at 4,100 again. That's here, this big yellow line. If you guys know, I'm a big T+2 aficionado. I'm always talking about it. You can go back and watch some of my old videos. I rant about it at length, explaining almost everything you really need to know. Is it labeled? No, it's just in one of the old live streams. Andre probably knows which one. Andre, that's such a good idea to pull it out, and I should. But time, my friend, time. And Andre said, I'll do it for you. I'll never accept that, Andre. I just can't do it. It's don't do it, my friend. I will do it. I will do it. Anyway, T+2 down here. So it makes sense why we lost a little bit of momentum. You're like, well, you're hindsight trading, Mike. Did I hindsight trade this? Or did I tell you this is probably a good short? And anything could happen, right? Anything can happen. But I didn't call it anywhere else, just there, because of what I just explained. You're like, well, that's a long explanation. Well, yeah, why do you think, you guys, why do you think I don't trade E-minis in front of you guys as I'm trying to make the most amount of money possible? Because it would make no sense to you what I was doing. You're like, I could deduce it. I'd learn that way. No, you wouldn't. It would just be entertaining for you. That's it. It would just give you some signal. That's it. I'm not about that. I'm about teaching people, or attempting to try and teach you guys how to fish. Not throwing my own pole out there with the lure that I know works and having you guys go like, wow, hell of a catch. Yeah, and I tried to cast in the same spot too, but I'm the fly fisherman that has a touch. I have a deft touch. So I see this all the time on YouTube. I make a call and people like it 20 minutes after the fact when the price has moved up, or I get somebody telling me, damn, I lost money on that call. That's pretty rare that someone says that, but because I didn't know where to get out or whatever. I'm like, I made money on that, even though price rejected outside of the trend line, because I was already knowing what to look for, right? I bought into the pullback. I always get out on a breakout some, because that's how bigger money plays. So I try to play the same way. I got out some. My average was way lower than when I got out, because it averaged down my price. And I trailed my stop up. And I still made money on the trade, even though the breakout failed. Meanwhile, I'm including things on the post like AC/DC, Thunderstruck, and Chainsmokers, Don't Let Me Down. And people are thinking, moon time. I'm not misleading anybody at all. It's what I actually think may happen. But I can trade it in real time and have an opinion on when to get out. And actually made me think last night, when it happened. I said, maybe I should do a video series about what breakouts that are successful look like and the various scenarios. So like breakout, test, success. Breakout, failures, what they typically look like. Because so many people, all they see is price moving above a trend line and they go breakout. They don't even actually know what typical successful breakouts look like in real time. They don't know what they look like volume wise. They don't know what the initiative looks like. I should do a series on that. If you guys think that would be an interesting series, let me know. If you guys want me to do something like that, because that might be pretty useful for a lot of you guys that trade breakouts on trend lines or channels, or because I think a lot of people don't know what those look like. What does a successful retest of support actually look like? All right, and we can do like replays in Sierra chart, so that we can see the price action. Edwina says yes. Okay, Alex says would be helpful. Cool. All right, I'll ideas like that would be good for me to see, because oftentimes, I have a million ideas, but I don't know which would have the most interest. What I find interesting, maybe you guys won't, which is why I did the whole on the channel, I don't know, this whole channel header, where you read the about channel or whatever. There's like a community tab or something, and I asked people in there, what would you like me to do my next video on? I got like maybe 4 responses or 3 responses, maybe 2, and that's where you guys could actually request various videos, right? And then you vote by liking somebody's request. And if I see like 5 or 10 likes, I'll be like, oh, there's some interest here. But I get it. Not everybody's looking there, but that would probably be the spot to put it so that I could see what kind of interest it garners. And maybe somebody would put something up there that I don't even know would be, or I have no idea that it would be like popular. But yet others go, oh man, I really want to see more on order flow or DOM reading the way you do it, or like time and sales. What do you look for? I don't know. Maybe that's popular, right? To me, it's so elementary to look at, a filtered time and sales, right? That it's almost intuitive. You watch it for a while, for, I don't know, a few weeks, and you're going to pick up a lot just on your own without anybody telling you what to look for. You're going to start to naturally see patterns, right? That kind of thing. Hmm. Oh, okay, cool. Andre says best rule of three plus market reading explanation ever. Make sure you pulled that one out for future reference. Oh, Andre, I never will. You know what? I have so many of these little moments. You know that, Andre, but maybe you don't. Maybe you haven't seen all my old live streams or even videos. Golly, I've done this. If someone told me when I was in the Discord, like, you should just pull out like 8 or 10 minute segments of all the talking you've done about various things. Like, that would require me to have to go back and listen to my own stuff. Like, makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit, to be honest. Time. There's so much I'd like to do, but I don't have time. All right, let's get rid of all this junk. All right, what's the are we on a sim? I can't remember. Yes, we're on a sim. I think this top may break up here. You see how they built as it goes down. I don't know. You see how they built volume in here? It's just an interesting spot. So this is the rejection from up here. I think they're building volume to break this high, is what I think is happening. Let's see if we can get a little long here. Oh, shoot. It's 4 on a sim. I meant to do 1. That's okay. We'll just do that. So this, here, it is on a sim. Yeah, okay. So this is, just want to make sure. It's going to show you more stuff. Oh, it's going to stop out. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Here. Oh, yeah, see. For the time that I F up and show you my real account by hitting the wrong button, I have grayed all this out for you guys. Booyah. All right. Well, 100% wrong here. We made the lower high and are currently failing. So that's telling in real time that this volume node that's built did the opposite. So in other words, when they sold it right through. Should have been. See, this is why you don't trade your real money, because you're not fast enough when you're sleep deprived. But I talked about this yesterday. You have a volume node, and Rainer Blanky was involved with trades where price moved right through a volume node, and he took the short side. Why? Because they're no longer defending that. So the push, you could probably get in about here by hitting the bid. And let's see if we can figure out the risk reward here. Here, let's show. Yeah, there's our entry, our exit. Do we want to keep these lines in? I don't know. All right, whatever. Could probably even turn the DOM on, huh? So we could. Let's see. There it is. All right, so now the DOM's active. Oh, now I need to get the trade window active. There it is. 20 points loss. Okay. Quantity 2. So this is on NQ, even though we're on ES. Okay, that's not good. Let's go ES, TTS, 5-point stop. And we'll do quantity 2. Use attached order. So this is a trail stop. Okay, back in here. We're short 2. Let's see what happens. Oh, is this the Ripper move that gets everybody? God. Is that the new hourly bar, guys? Okay, Andre. I will I'll put it in the kitty. I'll do one. I'll do one. Yes, in hindsight, someone definitely shorted in the hole here. Um that's hilarious. And now everybody who shorted up here is nervous as hell too because of the up down move. Right? We had the new hourly whatever, the new hour. So this 5-minute bar also represented a new 30-minute bar, new hourly bar. So that's big, right? See how it's 12:04. So you get the bar that retraces on the hourly. Anyway, so now we can move this order around, right? We can do this. We can do that. We can go, right? Like, oh, cool. I'm new to Sierra chart and I really would like to know how to execute straight from a chart. Well, you can do that. I don't execute from a chart. I execute from a DOM, but I'm doing the chart for your guys' sake, which is why I'm really slow at it because I never do this, right? I have all these order types saved according to what it is that I trade. Like you see GC is for gold, CL is for oil. Right now you can see all my scalp types. ES is obviously ES. NQ, look at all my NQ order types here, right? Um, are we going to get out? Going to get out on the micros? So one thing to keep in mind. Nope. One thing to, so this bar has not retraced to the upside yet. See how it has no wick? These typically go up and retrace. Like, check over now. Well, it might go much further down than go up, but they typically retrace. I call these wickless bars. I don't know if you can see here. Wickless bar. You see that? No wick on the upside. All right. All right, let's cancel. Oh shoot. All right, now we're long. Oh, we have no bracket. See? Used attached orders. Man. Oh well. Let's see. Do we have any? Oh. Now I got to enter another one just to put quantity, what, 6 in? All right, there you go. There. Now our stop's way down here. Wickless bar. And we'll go something like this. New below the lows. Are they going to cover into the lows? All right. Now we're getting crazy. We'll put our stop right here. I don't trade off a DOM very often on my chart. Probably once every 2 weeks or something. Anyway, look at the when it locks in the loss, the average price moves higher. So that's like your break even. All right, stops now below this low too. Let's see if did I. Oh, I do have attached orders. Okay, good. All right, now let's go. Wonder if I can use my Stream Deck for this. Let's see. Buy bid -3. Yeah, I can. There you go. Bing. Now let's see if I can move all my stops up to right here. Hey, see that? That's kind of cool. Look. All of them at one time. Look, just a button on the Stream Deck. I've done a video. All right, back to the chat. Jeez. All right, what's going on here? See how they cover on new lows? Almost every single time. You know, you break a little structure here, they cover it. Why? Because breakout traders like to go short. So it's pretty common. Zero prints up here. Let's see. Guys, I'm moving slow right now. This is just absolute fatigue. Let's see. Nope. Didn't get to the zero print up here at 1250. Some of you said, I'll take it into the zero print before the zero prints. You know how many footprint traders there are out there that once price gets close to the zero print, they're like, that's close enough, and then they take profit. So they may get long under the candle low and then see the zero print and then this prior swing low. It gets up to here, they just market sell that. Very, very, very common. Like, very, very, very common. All right, here we go. Oh, apparently we have a trail stop in there. Bing. All right, where's the stop button? There it is. All right. Now, some of these will activate. Where did we fill on some of them? Most of them in 07s. So they'll activate around 14 maybe. Let's see, 14, 15 something is when these trail stops will all jump up here and then activate. So let's see if we can get any activation on the trail stop. That's actually what I'm trying to show you guys on this order type. Here, let's enter with a 3-point stop, and then the trail gets activated 5 points in profit, and it trails the market 3 points. Does that make sense? So it's initial 3-point stop. It gets activated at plus 5 points in profit, and then it trails 3 points. The one we have now is initial 5-point stop, gets activated at 8 points, 8-point TRO, and then it is a trailing 5-point stop loss. Let's do the 3-point one because you'll more likely see the action around that. So let's get rid of this, and let's go. Well, it looks like we're trend down now, right? So getting close to this low. So let's just do this and see if we can get a little mean reversion trade in here. For the purposes of demonstrating the order type. And then we'll try not to get our stops activated down here. There you go. See that? We move all our stops down. All right, let's see if we can get one to. All right, below the lows now. See how they're covering at the lows? See this volume? So as you guys come in to sell the lows and get out of your longs, because you're like, well, new lows, they're covering on the short side. That's what they're doing. Look. That's why that volume builds up real quick in real time. And what they really want to see, let's just keep moving our stop down. Well, I guess we could try again. Here, let's move our stop out. Okay, now let's try again. It's cleaner. Okay, let's try here. I guess I should try at T+2 here, right? All right, here we go. Let's see if this one will work. Are we on quantity 1? Oh, man. Yeah, that works, right? So this one should, when it gets 5 points into profit, so 08, at 08, it should activate. Let's see. Let's put this here. There you go. If this bounces to here, this will activate and move up. That's what we're trying to get right now. It may not bounce. We might just be going headed downtown. Oh. Yeah, it's points, Ozmonkey. It's points for sure. Always points. All right, where's this market? Okay. So let's see. All right, here comes price moving up, right? Moving up. So we want to see this spring into action. Mike, can you go into that? Sure. Once you see it, we'll go into the settings. I'll show you how to set it up. No problem, man. No problem. You see how they're covering down here on new lows? You see how big boys and girl traders do it? Breakout, cover. This is why I was mentioning earlier. I always take profits on new highs if I've done the opposite of what you guys are all taught to do, which is breakout trade. If I've anticipated a range and bought the low of that range, on new highs, I take profit. That's how I roll. Always. Anyway, we'll try again here at T plus 2. Might even liquidate under T plus 2. So the play may actually be to get short here for a liquidation of T plus 2. Yeah, you know what? Let's reverse this. All right, let's try it. Now that I reversed it, we can go up and get the stop, but let's see. I'm slowly trying to keep up. And and it's a wickless bar too, so I don't even like that setup for short. But, just trying to get this order activated, and I'm just doing all the wrong things. Let's see. All right, so where's the... Is it going to happen now? Is it going to happen now? All right, so look at the MBO liquidity here. See how everyone's stacked up right here? You see it? And then above it, there's not much. They're all stacked up. So who's shorting down here? And if we bounce, how much higher is it going to go? Up here. Where's stops? Maybe up here? All right, locked in another loser. We'll try again. Come on. Oh. All right, let's see if it locks in here. Right at, let's see. What did we say it was going to be? 5 points, so 04 to, what, 99 is where it locks in? Yeah, 99. And what we're looking for is this TTS, this trail stop order to lock in and then trail the market. And it activates after plus 5 points of profit. Its initial stop is this is the entry, and this is the initial 3-point stop. You can see 3.00p points, and then when it goes plus 5, it'll activate for a 3-point trail stop, which means you're really locking in 0.66 Rs or so, but it's automatic, right? You can at least walk away. And then minus slippage and commission. So maybe 0.6, 0.58 Rs after slippage and commissions. You got to factor that in. On a micro contract, it's a lot worse. Anyway, we're getting close. Come on, 99. This market's just grinding. Right now, there is no impetus to sell T plus 2. Right now, there just isn't. It's kind of boring, isn't it? Yeah, Maka. I mean, I don't know. I mean, in thin markets, these are nice order types because you're not showing your liquidity on the ask. So, for example, if I did an order type, I don't know, like this, right? It's a 2 point stop, 3 point profit taker. Bing, right? There's my stop came in, my profit taker came in right away too, right? So if you come in with too much liquidity, the algos might assume it's a 1R trade and go hunt your stop. You're like, what are you talking about? Right? So this brackets. It's different order type, but it shows the limit order book liquidity. Again, this is a sim, so whatever. Anyway, now our position. Oh, now our position is more underwater here. All right, let's see if we can get activation here. Back to the order type we were using. ES, this one. All right. Do more. All right, let's go up here. See if we can get one of them to at least work. Oh. Da da da. Da da da. You're like, this is how I want. This is how I want to trade. I want to trade on my chart. Okay, this is how you do it. Just turn your DOM on the right side of here, over here. That's all you do. You're like, what? He's 15 micro short? No, this is a sim. It's not real, guys. Super Walnuts says, so if you traded with 20 plus lots, you think the algos would actually move price to your stop order? That's crazy. Makes me want to forever trade small. Super Walnuts. All I can tell you is that you need to trade bigger to know how the market reacts to larger size. Go trade a crypto market that has a market maker who's paid to market make that market. But let's say it's an ish coin, SHIT coin, that hardly does any volume but has lots of liquidity on the book. Go take a position and see what happens. Where your position is relatively high volume to the liquidity that's there. And then go, let's just say you go buy 100,000 coins and then go put your 100,000 on the book as a profit taker. You've essentially said, you're like, you're in a castle and I'm going to tell you how much ammo I have to defend the castle and where it is. Think about that. You're like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'll try to expound on that idea. If you're playing poker and you tell, if everyone knows what your cards are, can you bluff anymore? No, you cannot. So you see the TTS activate there? Right there? You see that? Only one of them got activated. Right down here at the bottom. So if this market moves down more, this will start trailing at 3 points. So you see, if you scale in, it's going to get you out of this position if it just bounces. So there's all kinds of way to do this wrong. Here, we'll just move our stops all back to one place. using a single button. See that? That TTS, see how it's activated now? Once it activates, it's done. It's over. Now, if I move this one stop right at, oh, yeah, see, there you go. Now that one's activated. See that? Now they're all getting activated. You see that? If we break this low, these are all going to go with it. Here, I actually just wanted to show how quick it moves. Once they get activated, any adjustment I make is defining the width of the trailing action. Son of a god, I didn't want this. All right, let's move it up. Come on. Nooblets. I'm a noob here. But anyway, back to the whole, do you want to show everybody where your position is if you play a decent size? No, you don't. Because you're essentially saying, I have this much ammo. This is where it's located. This is all I have. So it's like I was telling somebody the other day. You know, if you get insider information about the castle and who's defending it, and you're like, hey, there's 3 14-year-old children defending this castle, and they have 500 rounds. Okay, they're 14 years old. Are they boys or girls? Okay, they have more testosterone if they're boys. The boys tend to be a little gung-ho. How can I use that to my advantage? Maybe I'll in low light conditions or when it's foggy, maybe I'll employ some AI straw men, whatever, walking men, so that they can use up their ammo. And what we'll do, oh boy, look at this reversal. What we'll do is we'll get them to use up all their ammo, right? So you see, like, and then I know that it's only 3 boys, and we got a bunch of grown men here, but they have the advantage. They got the high ground, etc. Hold on. This would probably be a better short entry in this area. Why? Because right now you're building a flag, and you're in the upper end of the flag. So it gives you the best risk reward to enter around this area and then to target new lows. Just FYI. Just an FYI. Just wanted to share that with you guys. That's a little different. A lot of people, a lot of noobs would be like, I want to get long now because it rallied a little bit. I would probably want to try and get short here for continuation. So that's just me. Anyway, you know, if you know where people are placing their orders or have an idea there's liquidity coming onto the book there, then you can deduce where their stop likely is. And these algos, you guys have all seen it, the pulling and stacking when the markets are thin. I mean, you have to have seen Globex where there's all these, no volume even printed at all. There. All right, about like that. There you go. They just went and filled the liquidity. And now they're on top of it again. Look at that. That's so interesting. Where they just pull the order book and the market moves 3-4 points on single-digit contracts. Where when you look at the order book, you see 15 there. You see 20 at every level. But in a second, the algos pulled because someone market sold. They pulled everything, and it's like, whoosh. Sometimes they don't even. You don't even get a single fill at a tick when liquidity is low. So here you go. Here's the entry. That's what I was talking about. E-mini, they're just so nasty, aren't they? Right? Go break the highs in a pullback structure. And now we just, let's see if they sell it below this level here. We'll see. Anyway, our stops are all of what? The 1R stops are about here. So the 1R is right around here, right? So if you were, I don't know, let's see. I'll take off to use the the I'd say about the 1 hour trade is somewhere in here, right? Scaling out like that. You see how the market just came to about 0.8 Rs off of a good entry? That's why I say all the time you can get 0.8 Rs almost instantly if you're really fast when you're scalping. But if you want better than 1 R, you got to be patient and wait for it to oscillate. But then you risk being wrong too, because time is also a risk factor. All right, the more time that transpires in the market, the more outlier events can creep in. So time is always a risk factor. I'm not suggesting everybody become scalpers, because the other side of that coin is that you have more noise because of the way that algos pull and stack if you're scalping really short time frames. So you have to process faster. So it puts the onus on you, oh scalper, to process more information. They're going to go hit the single prints up here. After all of that, they're going to go hit them. I don't know, maybe. Oh, do we have no bracket? See? No brackets set up. Is this what people do? They get long like this? Man, what happened here? Why is there so many orders coming in? Down. Oh, that's from, is that from, oh, that's from earlier, huh? Cancel all. So I'm telling you, I'm tired. I'm really tired. Just a few hours sleep last night. I am exhausted. This is why I am not trading today. You're like, yes, you are. No, I'm not. I'm not trading. What's up, Pierrick? Yeah, Super Walnuts. Cool. Hans Bertarelli says, thank goodness it was a demo. Oh, it's okay, Hans. We could switch this. And I'm pretty confident I'll make it up. I can make this up. But I'm just talking. I'm not too worried about trading. I'm just more concerned. I'm more interested in just talking to you guys and getting close to 1 and then going in. I've already told my wife, I'll help you out like 1 o'clock. Give me just a few hours in the office. She's like looking at me haggardly. Okay. She's exhausted right now. Let's go get those zero, the wickless bar at the top. But remember, wickless bar, right? Way up here. So that's the one I'm talking about. Let's go get that one. You're like, what are you talking about, Mike? We're not going all the way up there. Yes, we are, maybe, possibly. I don't know. But not before they take all my stops. I don't know. These things fill in. It's also a sign, just generally, of aggressive selling. So markets that don't oscillate down hold really aggressive players that got in on any cost up here, right? So they didn't get in on a pullback to the upside, right? They got in by just aggressively selling. What that means is above this open, there aren't many trapped longs. There's trapped longs below it, but there aren't many trapped longs above it. So the shorts, if we get close to this area, will take profit typically and propel it through that zone. That's the explanation of the price action that causes that. I haven't watched Trader Tom's scalping videos. Hey Chris, can you link me to his YouTube? I'm assuming it's YouTube. I don't know who Trader Tom is. I was saying yesterday, Chris, that if anybody has a good YouTube channel with somebody who talks through their trades or whatever, I'd love to be entertained. Love to be entertained. This is not right. Yeah, it's this one. We want this one. All right, now here we're talking. Let's see. And let's move it up to about yay. There. How's that? Booyah. Um, let's see, 11, 22. That math doesn't work out. Look. So we need to go in and change this. Jeez. Guess we'll change this one to 12. Will that get us 22? I think so. Yeah, there we go. 22 total stops here. What are we in here? These, if these activate, do they have trailers associated with them? I think they do. No, not really. Okay, let me go back to the chat here. Getting distracted. Dirk, I like Trader Tom's motto. Major Tom. Trader Tom. Streaming in the Bookmap channel. Dirk Hepner. He shows a lot real time. Oh, that's cool. Corey says, ever heard of Orderflow Labs? That community has been my home for about 9 months now. Oh, that's cool, Corey. I've heard of them. Chris says, da, 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 da. Oz Monkey's like, how do you move all those stops? So there's a shortcut button in Sierra Chart. So if you go like global settings, here, you're not going to see all this. Oh, customize chart. No. Global settings, customize keyboard shortcuts. There's a shortcut in there that's like move all attach stops to something. And then if you program it into your whatever, your hot key or your shortcut key or whatever it is, I have a Stream Deck as that shortcut key, then all you got to do is hover your mouse over a level and hit that button. So like here, watch. Oops. The chart has to be in focus. So I could be anywhere at a price, way over here, and then I just hit the button. Oops. Like that. See that? Anywhere. Up here, boom. Down here, boom. And it moves all of them. See that? My mouse is over here at this price. Boom. It's moving them. I'm just hitting a button. That's kind of cool. Anyway. Let's do it the way that, oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Quantity 1. 16, quantity 1. There you go. The all-important quantity 1 button is a shortcut on my Stream Deck. All right, let's go. Now let's move all the stops up here. What? It doesn't matter. Above the volume node. Let's see. Yeah, Ozmonkey. What? What is this craziness? Look. Bing. 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 Bing, 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 bing. Wait, are we, do we have any stops left? Yeah, we do. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, let's just do that, right? Move all the stops. All right. So, what's one way you can do this? Maybe, I don't know. What's the position? 23? So you can go, oh, you know what? We won't do that. Just do this. Da, 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 da. Let's manually move each one up. Now there's a button that says stop tick up. See that? Bink. So if you want to get out of one at a time, there's a way to do that, right? Bink. That's just a button, right? A shortcut key, if you will. Bink. On Linux, the Stream Deck key, it takes forever to do this. On Windows, within the Stream Deck Elgato software, you can define how many times per second, if you hold down the button, it executes or it presses. Not so in Linux, because Linux is like a patch thing. So you can do this, or you can just move them all up, whatever. It doesn't matter. Wait, are we 12? Is 12 a good number? I don't know. What's the... So here's my question. So you got 0 prints down here. I'm curious what you guys think. Would you put your stop underneath the 0 prints? Or would you put your stop under this node here? Right? See, to me, this is already a fail breakout look. Right? I mean, is it not? Oh, this is a single stop for 12. Yeah, it's... To me, this is already a fail breakout look. With this node here, like, I think you actually start... oh, that's 16. Okay. You actually start potentially... I know that there's this up here, so I get that. But short term, to me, this is going to act like resistance, and we've come back into the consolidation. I'd be very surprised if we move all the way up here right now. Market surprises me all the time, but I'd be very surprised. I'd be looking to kind of even get short into this node potentially. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Hans, I wish you best of luck, my friend. All right. So there's that 25 lot sticking its nose out up there. You notice all this liquidity up here? You think they'll go punish it and then go above that right there? What do you think? You think they'll go and hit all this liquidity up here and then punish it above 17 with all the shorts? What do you think? Okay. All right, we're running into various trains of thought here, right? Notice here, this node built out. Now we have another node building out right below it. Is that migrating value? Is it? I think so. Uh-oh. Fast market. Yeah. Now below this node again, all the longs cry and they spit them out. Let's see. Let's see. Hans says, I'm almost sure 40 we go 4103. Let's do it, Hans. You know, we may get there, right? But you deserve a donut. What? National Donut. Why the heck does Yelp? Why is Yelp, the Yelp app, allowed to all of a sudden send me a notification? I have this all... It must have updated the app, and then now it's like, yeah, now that you've updated, we changed all your settings. I hate that stuff. Anyway. I was telling you, Hans, we may go there, but... Now the longs get a struggle. The longs get a struggle. And then, let's see. I like Hans's confidence here. Longs. Oh yeah, there we go. Bummer. All of this looks so much better on a trade dom, you guys. You know, I'm so used to looking at a trade dom for price action that I can't even properly read all of this because I'm so used to seeing the tape next to the dom, the RAV, RBVs, all that stuff. All right, there we go. I like it, Hans. Great call. Hey, Hans, do you have any kind of service that I can subscribe to so that I could trade better? Bingo! Slow clap for you, my friend. Well done. Do I go long here, Hans? All right, let's go long. I don't know. Is that 4 get us out because of the low right there? Yeah, probably. Little bit of activity. The more it hesitates here, the more likely it is to go down. That's what I think. Oh. And let's see, 8. Bummer. All right, we got to cancel these. Da 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 da. So my measly little stop down here. I'm hoping for the big winner now to average out of this position. No, not at all. All right, liquidations under T+2. Let's get it. Oh, use attached orders. Maybe we should just sell market, right? Do we have to do that? Yeah, I think so. All right, let's go. Oh, this order type is just terrible. Yeah, you want it tighter, like this. All right, now that's better. And that way, if it explodes underneath T+2, sell the ask. There you go. Sell the ask. Sell the ask. Oh, I guess it's not going to do it. Not going to do it. Anyway, I was going to say, that way if it, you see the 400 lot down here? That's iceberg. Again, T+2, I guess it's kind of important. But that way, if it explodes under T+2 and goes, whoosh, if it's a tight trail stop, that huge movement that's associated with it, it'll lock most of it in. That happens. Yelp promoting type 2 diabetes with the donuts. Yeah, I guess it's National Donut Day is what it is. Oh man. So exhausted. Can we switch over to the NAS here? Let's go. Oh, the NAS is not set up for all of that. Never mind. We won't switch to the NAS. All right. So this whole position is just screwed. Anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't really have much more to say today, to be honest. I'm just kind of like, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. It's 12 minutes to go. I hope some of what I told you guys was educational, maybe a little bit. Um, oh, order types. That's right. Yeah, Corey. The settlement. I show you how to add settlement, but there's an old live stream where I talk about settlement for a good 20, 30 minutes and its importance. This is such a strong area of resistance according to this chart here. Right there. Oops. I think I hid the drawing. Yeah, there it goes. Right? Interesting to use these charts here because you get to see the microstructures, which is, you know, excuse me, if you're trying to figure out trap traders, right, and you're seeing this, this is a nice chart to view it on, right? Up to liquidity and whoosh, straight down. So here, out these lows where you double bottom short term, nice scalp area, and then there's liquidity sitting here. A lot of you, that will make sense to you. No? Hey, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that very much. So this will make sense to you. That's liquidity here, right? And in this structure, double bottom up, couldn't quite break up. So it'll make a lot of sense, I think. There goes the murder algo. That's the equity rebalancing algo. 10 minutes. A lot of firms will buy or sell at this 10-minute mark, causing big movement in the market. That's what you're seeing. We call it the murder algo. Notice all these lines here show up like this on this footprint chart. Isn't that funny? That's how it looks. See? Here to here. And then that's the rejection. So this small time frame structure that holds some micro structure, you can see the volume nodes that built from the footprint that gave you the rejection here. And you could see the liquidity sitting up here, 150 something lots. It's still there. It got bigger. So the liquidity was here. Then it got bigger here. You see that? Turn red. They're posturing, right? They're like, I don't know, chest flexing. Boom, 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 boom. Right here as the price. And then the chest flexing causes the poof, straight down. That algo has blood on his hands. I know, Pierre. The crazy minute algo. I know. 10 minutes before the close, Hans. Yep, every single day. Someone termed that murder algo. Because, you're in positions around the murder algo and you got a near stop. Most of the time, it's going to get you, essentially. So we used to say, murder algo! And then we'd all get out of our positions if the stops were really close. And if we're in profit, just like cut it. Just cut it. Most of us wouldn't hold through the murder algo. Anyway. Let's see. Hate having. Oh, here's the shortcut. Because we're in trade mode here, who was asking about it? OzMonkey. Move targets to price. Move attached stops to price. Send attached orders to price. And there's shortcut keys for that on my Stream Deck. That's all it is. Oh, really? Let's go. Aye. Aye, aye, aye. All right, let's just move all our stops over. See if it gets me before I can even move anything. There you go. JP Morgan's buying. After Jamie Dimon says, Guys, it's over. They're buying the dip today. Old man Chase is getting long, maybe. Maybe. You know the attached move attached orders stops. I learned that from watching Verillo, Verillo, Verillo Trading. He did a YouTube video on it, so go check out his channel. He's got a lot of Sierra chart stuff too, and he's doing a lot of the. He has like a channel called Sierra Chart, and Sierra Chart is using some of his videos for their official, and then he may even be partnered with Sierra Chart. I don't know. But they're using some of his videos for their official whatever Sierra Chart videos. So I would check him out, honestly. Oh, yeah, he has a great channel. I actually didn't know he existed until really recently. Um, Probably like a few months, maybe a month or two ago recently. Because I said, oh, I mentioned it to somebody like, oh, Sierra Chart has a YouTube channel. And someone told me, oh, that's Verillo Trading. And I was like, what did he even mean by that? Is it like the Verillo? What is that? What does that even mean? I was like, I checked it out, and then I saw that there's a Verillo Trading. I was like, oh, it is the same voice. It's a good thing. He's really good, has great explanations. So, yeah, highly suggest his channel for Sierra Chart stuff. And I think I'm subscribed to his channel now. If I'm not, I will go do it today. Maybe. Yeah, I will. I noticed he has a lot of stuff on interactive brokers and different. He does different reviews. He's pretty active on that channel. A lot of informational stuff. So pretty cool. So much free content out there, huh? I've been walking almost 2 hours now, so feeling good. Feeling good from walking. Are we not? Hans! Hans has been calling it. Where are we going now, Hans? Tell me, please. Do you have a read on the market? I'd like to get this sim account moved into the green for the sake of I don't know, just seeing green on the daily here as I don't know, throwing orders into the mix here. Excuse me. Oh yeah, Ticino's awesome. Ticino trader, guys. It's a good idea, Kermit. You know what's funny is you're saying like, so I can play with some charts. That sounds fun to me. Right? Go subscribe to Ticino Trader, download some charts, and just play with them. See what you could learn. See how one of the masters of Sierra Chart uses the configurations and combinations and the various studies that you've never even heard of or thought of before to I don't know. Trade. We're getting close here. Last minute. Last minute. What a gap above us right now. What a gap. Amazing gap. Da, 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 da. All right. So you see this here, this ES T plus 1. This will start calculating in real time, this SVol, settlement volume, in 8 seconds. Here we go. You ready for it? Boom! All right, here it goes. Settlement volume right there. Let's watch it. Highest volume of the day. You see the settlement line coming in? You can see the settlement time coming in here on this chart. It's the background. There's a settlement line too, but there's just too much liquidity. Anyway. All right. Come on. 100 long? Is that realistic? Probably not. All right, let's go here, here. Anyway, dudes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Anyway, what's the settlement? It's really, really, really low. 30th percentile settlement right here. 3 bars. Settlement volume 30,000. The baby's crying, and it's time for me to go. So anyway, I bid thee all farewell. Have a great day. Thanks for sticking around with me today. I appreciate it. And I hope. I can't believe it's Friday. I'm a little out of it today. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I hope you had a good week of trading. And I hope your kids are all doing well. All right. Adios. Thanks for being on stream with me today. Take care. Bye.